r/AskReddit, what remnants of the early World Wide Web are left? Interesting that W3 as a term never took on by the mainstreams. I guess W3 didn't catch on like they thought it would. Carry Sidman Laka, is a with two dots above it. We must get some character set description into HTML. I love it. Yahoo, somehow. Still have my Yahoo email from 2003. Yahoo Fantasy Sports is extremely popular and IMO the best platform. I think the only thing keeping it alive is Yahoo Finance. I literally heard you've got mail on someone's phone yesterday. Other remnants, those of us old married couples who met online, and now have adult children. I have that as my email alert tone on my phone, LOL. Wayback Machine has so much old shit on it. Craigslist UI is still straight out of the 90s. It is so fun to peruse those archives, saying all the original online logos, that have changed 5 times since then. GeoCities, dead. WebRing, dead. But this is still up and running. Link. That's because it's still operated by the cult. Some members were chosen to stay behind and keep it running. I remember the Nikes they wore. Weird memory. And they were web designers. I guess all the good ones went on the spaceship. Zombocom. Welcome. You can do anything at Zombocom this. Eyes. Zombocom. Anything is possible. The unattainable is unknown at Zombocom. The site converted to HTML5 from Flash a few years back, so I feel like it's not a true remnant. Bob Dole's 1996 presidential campaign website. Link. It's perfect and should never change. My parents still have an AOL email. As a librarian, I'm here to tell you that I have helped a shocking number of people with Netscape emails. So do I. I see no reason to ever get rid of an email address, I just acquire new ones. No one said it. But eBay. It's been around since the 90s. And ZUI still feels dated even after all the updates. I created my eBay account on Sept 19, 1998, after a friend showed me how he was making money selling stuff on it. He's still at it, making big money still today. My password was 5 letters long, a simple lowercase word, and I never updated it until about 5 or 6 years ago when they forced all older accounts to update. Definitely a throwback, having a simple password. The geo.com, link in a lot of Disney-owned domains. Probably makes no sense to people going to espn.geo.com, link or abcnews.geo.com, link or disney.geo.com, link, but in the mid to late 90s when portals were a big deal, they tried to launch their own called geo.com, link not successful, but they renamed all of their corporate domains, and somehow they still have it all these years later. I imagine at this point so much server and client-side code has been built around geo.com that it's not worth changing at this point. Link. This is literally what I thought of. And I was disappointed that without the 1996 you get a newer website. The fact that the website for Space Jam still exists 28 years after the release of that movie, who pays for it to still exist? And why? I mean, it's a time capsule that perfectly shows how the internet used to be in the 90s, but why does it still live? It's actually quite modern compared to what I recall. Having a map of listings, thumbnails, and filtering criteria was a hot new feature when it came around. It, from memory, was literally just links with a basic search for the longest time with vague categories to help narrow it down some. It is still quite basic, but in a great way, I think. I wonder if the SETI program is still out there. Remember the old SETI screensaver that would grab and calculate data and send it back to SETI, basically crowd resource researching what's out in space? In my early teens I was obsessed with the X-Files. I ran that screensaver all the time. SETI at home. I miss that. SETI at home was superseded by folding at home. And then there was a general at home framework that I seem to remember. EDA, found the framework. It's called POIN. POIN and folding at home are both still active. Eroid, not sure if it's ever changed. That's a great site. I use it at work. Link. For all my homies who bought a PC at Circuit City because it came with a rebate if you signed up for CompuServe for 2 years. That's fantastic. I'm adding this to my tabbed links. Dave, look, CompuServe is still a thing? That was my very first service provider 20-something years ago. Dang, honestly better content than Reddit, simple, easy to use, and loads like 10x as fast. WTF. If they changed it I'd switch to Offer. Newgrounds. I've heard it's been going through a bit of a renaissance lately. Lots of people flocked there once DeviantArt went downhill. Also lots of animators on YouTube are active there as well. Trogdor. The Berninator. Computer over? Virus equals very yes? How do you type with boxing gloves on? Gonna check my email, hope it's from a female. Berninating all the people. Neopets. I cannot believe they only recently launched an opt-in beta for mobile for it. Like not even an app, just a mobile optimized version that's very rough. In the age of microtransactions they surprisingly never wanted to go down that route. Link. Deleted. I remember actual tears coming out of my eyes when he posted about kids' shitty drawings. I couldn't stop laughing. Bruum. And GT, I want coronavirus. And GT, I no longer want coronavirus. Gave me a chuckle. Him and Tucker Max were my first foray into fake internet personalities. Nuke the whales. I love this as an angst-filled high schooler. Wow, I haven't thought about that website in decades. The hamster dance is still going strong. Link. It wasn't until a few years ago I realized its main track is a sped-up sample from Disney's Robin Hood. In the mid-1990s, I used a dial-up connection and Netscape Navigator to read the reports posted to this website. They keep the information up to date, just never bother to update the web design or format. Oh, and this company is worth $795 billion. The $1 million web page, $1 USD you get to buy 1 pixel. There was only 1000 x 1000 pixels for sale. Link. Link. Today we would call this cryptocurrency. Wow, a lot of those links qualify for this thread. And a bunch of them no longer work. ASK.com, link used to be Ask Jeeves. This one is still around, that predates Jeeves and Google, www.hotbot.com. Edit, and this one appears to be the oldest search engine still online. From 94. Link. Pretty sure Lycos.com is still kicking. A little later in the game, but homestayrunner.com is still going. Link. This guy created a massive database of old Sunday comic books which appears to still be active. I still use this site regularly to identify and help price comics. IRC, Internet Relay Chat. I haven't used it in forever, but I know it's still kicking. That's not early web though. That was a protocol that was popular before the web. I don't know if you'd call this early, but Wikipedia was definitely a byproduct of the utopian era of the web, and one of the only ones that's still going strong without selling out their principles. They email me a few times a year for a donation. I love how their website says if you have any comments about our website, write us a letter to the address, but don't expect a response. These poor things have been dancing since 1997, link. This guy has been roasting bad car mods since 1999, link. IMDb went up all the way back in 1993. Google is old. Yahoo still exists. AOL still exists. SeanBaby.com is funny. Since 1998, link. Hamster dance, link. I knew a guy in charge of IT in a smaller office. He redirected the p\**RN requests to this page. When things were quiet in the office, and all of a sudden the hamsters started singing their song, he just smiled. ICQ. Obligatory Cameron's World Post. Link. This is the web I remember, it's a love letter to GeoCities pages. Craigslist is pretty old and probably has a rather old design. Link. Email. It's an archaic protocol, most of the practical uses for it aren't part of the standard, and none of the big email clients can agree on how it should be updated. If you've ever tried to create rich email that works in Outlook, you know what I mean. Drudge Report. Remember when this guy broke the Monica Lewinsky story and was the future of journalism? The first website is still live. Link. Also Gopher still exists for folks who remember it. DeviantArt. LiveJournal is still there too, it just isn't what it was. The best worldwide website that ever was. Link. 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 Hello everyone. Thanks for sticking to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to humbly ask you to subscribe to the channel. According to my statistics, 100% of my viewers in the past 28 days are not subscribed. I have always wanted this channel to reach 1000 subscribers, and if you want to support and be a part of that, subscribe. It's free and it's an awesome way to support the channel. Thanks again, Reddit glitch out.